Welcome to Amsterdam in the 1600s. In this era, the city was one of the richest and most powerful trading centers in the world. Canals replaced streets, creating a unique water-based network that connected homes, markets, and busy harbors. Merchant ships arrived daily, bringing goods from distant lands and fueling the city's rapid growth.
Innovation and expansion transformed Amsterdam into a global commercial hub during the Dutch Golden Age. As we take this AI Reconstruction tour, imagine walking along the canals, crossing the bridges, and experiencing daily life in this extraordinary city at the height of its success.
Picture Amsterdam around 1600. The population hovers at about 60,000, already large for the time, but nothing compared to what's coming. The city is still recovering from the long struggle against Spanish rule. The Dutch Revolt has given birth to the Dutch Republic, a loose federation of provinces that values trade and local freedom over kings and nobles. Amsterdam, once a quiet fishing and grain port, seizes the moment. Refugees and merchants fleeing war in the south, especially from Antwerp after its fall to the Spanish in 1585, pour in, bringing capital, skills, and international networks. Sephardic Jews from Portugal and Spain arrive, Huguenots from France, and traders from across Europe. This influx turns Amsterdam into a melting pot of languages, ideas, and religions. The city becomes famous for its tolerance, not perfect, but far more open than most places in Europe. You can practice your faith quietly here without fear of the Inquisition.
Now walk with me to the waterfront. The IJ riverfront buzzes with activity. Ships from the Baltic unload timber and grain. Others arrive from the Mediterranean with wine and silk. But the real excitement comes from farther away. In 1602, the Dutch East India Company, the VOC, is founded right here in Amsterdam. It's the world's first multinational corporation and the first to issue shares publicly. The VOC sends fleets to Indonesia, India, Ceylon, Japan, and the Cape of Good Hope. They bring back pepper, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, silk, porcelain, tea, and sugar. Spices and luxuries that Europeans crave and will pay almost anything for. Amsterdam becomes Europe's entrepot, the central warehouse where goods from everywhere are sorted, stored, and resold. Fortunes are made overnight. A successful voyage can multiply an investment tenfold or more. Stroll along the canals, because in Amsterdam, water is everywhere. By the early 1600s, the city starts its famous expansions. The old medieval core is too cramped. Between 1613 and 1625, the first major ring of canals is dug. Workers dig by hand, driving millions of wooden piles into the marshy ground to support the buildings. These canals aren't just for beauty, they're practical highways. Barges carry goods directly to warehouses beneath merchants' homes. The tall, narrow houses rise 4 or 5 stories, with ornate stepped or bell gables facing the water. The ground floors store barrels and crates. Upper floors serve as offices and living quarters. Attics hold drying tobacco or spices. A pulley beam sticks out from the top gable, still seen today, to hoist heavy loads up through the windows, since the steep staircases inside are too narrow for furniture. Daily life pulses with energy. Dawn breaks, and the city wakes to the creak of cartwheels and the shouts of porters. Markets fill Dam Square, the heart of Amsterdam, with fish, cheese, bread, flowers, and exotic imports. Women in simple wool dresses and white caps sell herring from barrels. Men in black suits and wide-brimmed hats hurry to the exchange. The Amsterdam Stock Exchange, opened in 1611, is the world's first permanent stock market. Traders shout bids for VOC shares, Baltic grain futures, or insurance on ships. Fortunes rise and fall with the tide. In the 1630s, the famous tulip mania sweeps the city. Bulbs sell for the price of a canal house before the bubble bursts in 1637. It's capitalism's first great speculative crash, but it shows how money moves here like nowhere else.
The wealthy merchant class, regents they call them, live in splendor along the grandest canals. Their homes gleam with polished wood, Delftware tiles, and paintings commissioned to show off their success. Art isn't for kings here, it's for burghers. Rembrandt van Rijn has his studio in the city, painting dramatic portraits and biblical scenes. Frans Hals captures lively group portraits of civic guards. Johannes Vermeer, though based in Delft, reflects the same light-filled domestic world. Still lives explode as a genre. Tables piled with oysters, lemons, Chinese porcelain and half-peeled fruit, symbols of wealth and the fleeting nature of life. The Dutch love realism. They paint what they see. A maid pouring milk, a scholar at his desk, a bustling street. But not everyone lives in luxury. Step into the Jordan district, built in the early 1600s for workers and immigrants. Narrow alleys, small houses, shared pumps. Artisans, shipbuilders and sailors crowd here. Wages are high by European standards. A skilled worker eats better than many nobles elsewhere. But taxes are crushing to pay for wars and dikes. Calvinist morality shapes daily behavior. Sunday sermons remind people of thrift and duty. Yet Amsterdam is lively. Taverns serve beer and Genever. People skate on frozen canals in winter. Children play in the streets. Women run shops or manage households with surprising independence. Foreign visitors are shocked by how freely Dutch wives converse with men. Science and ideas flourish in this open air. The University of Amsterdam grows. Philosophers like Descartes live here for a time. Hugo Grotius lays foundations for international law. Antony van Leeuwenhoek perfects the microscope and discovers microorganisms. Books pour from printing presses. Amsterdam becomes Europe's publishing capital, printing everything from Bibles to radical pamphlets. By mid-century, Amsterdam reaches its peak. Population nears 200,000, making it one of Europe's largest cities. The city completes its final canal rings in the 1650s to 1660s. The Grand Town Hall, now the Royal Palace, rises on Dam Square in 1655, a marble symbol of civic pride. Ships crowd the harbor so thickly that masts look like a forest. The VOC alone owns thousands of vessels and employs tens of thousands worldwide. Yet shadows exist. The wealth partly comes from colonial exploitation, spice islands seized by force, involvement in the slave trade through the West India Company. Religious tolerance has limits. Catholics and Jews worship privately. Plagues strike hard in the 1660s. The Ramp Jar of 1672 brings invasion and economic crisis, marking the slow end of unchallenged dominance. Still, what Amsterdam achieves in the 1600s changes the world. It proves a small republic can lead through trade, innovation, and openness, rather than conquest or monarchy. It builds a modern economy, stocks, banks, global corporations that echoes today. It creates a city of canals that still captivates visitors 4 centuries later. It shows that prosperity and culture can bloom together when people from everywhere are allowed to contribute. Amsterdam in the 1600s wasn't perfect, but it was bold, dynamic, and forward-looking, the wonder of its age. A city built on water, wealth, and daring dreams. And those dreams still ripple through its canals today.